Week 18, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. I honestly don't know what the spread is. I'm coming into this blind. I very rarely do I come into this blind. So I'm excited to see what my reaction is. Week 18, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. Let's make our picks. What do we got?
Before I tell you what the spread is on our good buddies at DraftKings Sportsbook, who do you think is the favorite going into this one?
The Bengals. I would guess the Bengals.
You would be correct. The Bengals are 2.5-point favorites coming into Acrisure Stadium. The over-under set at 47.5, and I would say that's very high whenever it's snowing like it is in Pittsburgh, but if it's anything like it is down here, it is now sunny out because that's the DMV.
It is definitely not sunny in the city of Pittsburgh. I'm staring right at a window, and it's just a straight squall blizzard going on outside.
So 47.5 might be a stretch.
Might be a stretch, but the Steelers scored 44 last time these two teams played. And I think it could happen again. I do think it could happen again. 2.5 points is tough. I've battled with this all week, okay? Because I came into the week thinking the Steelers are going to win. They're going to right the ship. They're going to get one more. They're going to go to Houston. They're going to get two more. They're probably going to lose in the second round, but they looked okay for that stretch. You know, it was enough of a stretch to just say, okay, good things happened. You have some evaluation of what you need to fix next year, but you also have some evaluation of what went right at the end of the season. That was my thought coming into the week. I still feel that, but this overcoming sense of the Bengals are good, dude. The Bengals are not a bad football team. They're playing very well. Their defense is playing very well. And I don't know if the Pittsburgh Steelers are good right now. I don't have any idea if the Steelers just stink. It's over. They lost it, which could that happens all the time. Happens all the time in the NFL. Or if this is just a 3-game stretch against 3 really good teams in 11 days and we are completely overreacting to it. I'm battling with it. I'll say, and I'll make this prediction. This one's tough. I'll be honest. I'm fighting against my head on this one. My gut and my head are fighting. Last week I went with my head. This week I'm going with my gut. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers 33, which is a weird score, but I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers 33. Cincinnati Bengals 24 in this one. I think it's very close. Very close. Right up until the end, Chris Boswell or something hits a field goal with 1:50 left to make it a 9-point game. And then Joe Burrow throws his third turnover and the Bengals walk out of there losers. I think it's high scoring. I don't think the defense answers a ton of questions. Even with the turnovers, I don't think they answer a ton of questions. And I'll be very honest. It would not surprise me if I'm wrong here. It would not surprise me if I'm wrong. I want to go Steelers. I'm feeling good about the Steelers. Would not surprise me if I'm wrong on this one. I'm going Steelers 33, Bengals 24. That's my pick.
The momentum is going in the exact opposite direction, and that's what's hard for me. The Bengals are coming in as one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and quite frankly, they have more to play for. They're playing for their playoff lives. The Steelers are playing for either this seed or that seed, but regardless, they have a game the next week. They know that to be true. The Bengals, they're desperate. And I do agree with you, though. It's going to be a high-scoring game because it always seems to be a high-scoring game between these two teams. The Bengals defense has been better, but it's still the Bengals defense this year, and it's not that good. So I expect it to be a shootout. The Steelers won last time in a shootout, which gives me a little bit of confidence, but are you going to be able to beat Joe Burrow in a shootout for a second consecutive time when you have no momentum heading into the game and you've already beaten them and this is for a clean sweep of an AFC North opponent? All of those factors have me backing off the Steelers a bit. So I do think their offense figures some things out clearly if the Pat Freiermuth is going for over 102 touchdowns. But I just think that in a shootout with the Bengals having more on the line, I'm going to favor them a little bit here. 34-27 in favor of the road team.
Oh, this one decides it too. We're a half game away. I can't argue against you. I can't. It's everything you say is correct. If I was not invested, if I didn't spend a week at practice, if I didn't have, because I think that sways me every time as I go and I see even the things I can't report. Like I get to understand the momentum and what the week looks like. And it's like, okay, Steelers look pretty locked in right now. You know, that's helping. I don't know about that. In my eyes, the Bengals don't even exist until they walk onto the field and I go, oh, look at them. They're, you know, besides that, it's a simulation. They're not real people. And the Steelers are. And I think that sways me. But I have such a hard time disagreeing with you. I have such a hard time disagreeing with you in this one. We'll see what happens. 33-24. What was yours?
34-27.
34-27. Another big one. Steelers defense in a tough spot. And that potentially opens the door for Nick's perfect playoff scenario. So I think that might play a little bit of a role.